Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the McFarlane Halo 5 Series 2 Spartan Hermes, which is basically just a repaint of Kelly. She has 2 new weapons and a new paint job. That's about it. So, good thing, new weapons. Kind of good thing, cool paint job. Kind of bad thing, it's just a repaint. So, I don't know, it's another one of the McFarlane figures, so if you're collecting the line, you're going to want to get it. If you're not collecting the line in general, you're probably not going to want to get it. It has some good things and some bad, so let's take it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just under 15 centimeters, which makes it just about 5 3/4 inches. She's actually one of the taller figures of the bunch, which is not accurate because she's not supposed to be. So that's a bit of a bummer. As far as Kelly goes, I guess since this isn't a named character, it can be as tall as they want. So that works out. It's a cool paint job for the most part. I really like the concept of it with all the yellow mixed in throughout. That's pretty cool. It's a problem though because the paint job is not executed very well. As you can see right here, this yellow piece is way out of place compared to this yellow piece. And that's just kind of indicative of the entire line. Nothing is executed particularly well. It's mostly just acceptable. For instance, the hexagon pattern on her visor is actually sculpted on, which is totally inaccurate. And it's not sculpted at the front, only on the side. So also not great. She does come with new weapons though, so let's look at those first, because it's nice to see new weapons. We have the bolt shot, although this isn't technically new, because I'm pretty sure Chief came with this with the cloak, if I remember correctly. So this one's not technically new. It's new, I think, for the core Halo 5 series, but I could be off about that even too. It's got kind of a soft sculpt. It's not the best sculpt work in the world. Not very great at all. It does have the weapons peg though, so you can put it on her hip if you want to, and of course that peg can come out of her hip if you don't want to put it there. And she comes with the rocket launcher, which is the new rocket launcher, by the way. It seems awfully neon to me. I don't think it's supposed to be that bright, but either way, it's fairly nicely done. We have some decent paintwork throughout, and for the most part, it's sculpted pretty well. Of course, its weapon peg can come out if you don't want to put it on her back, and of course, she can't hold either of these weapons. This one has a better chance, but it's really tough to get it into her hand just because how small the hand is. You can see that's the spot where you're supposed to put it, obviously, and that's the piece you have to get in there. It's not going to fit very easily. Same thing for this guy, except this guy's way riskier of breaking, so have fun with that. The hands can't hold weapons on these figures very well at all. And that weapons peg pushed all the way into her hip, so I'm going to have trouble getting that out. Wow, Todd, really going out with a bang, huh? Okay, so let's go through the good things on this figure as we go through the articulation. She does have some nice paintwork. As you can see, those gray parts on the helmet, it really does stand out and look really nice. And these figures did have a lot of nice detail in them, both sculpted because they used the game models and painted most of the time. It's just sometimes they're very lacking. And this figure's kind of the middle ground of all of that. The articulation for the head is a double ball peg, so it has pretty good range of motion. She's not too bad in terms of that. Her shoulder has decent range because you can tuck that arm or the shoulder pad under the chest piece, so you can get her arm out there pretty far. It fell apart as I was reviewing it. They didn't glue this. Thanks, Todd. Thanks for not doing what you're supposed to do. That one's on there. This one's not. Cool. At least it came with the figure, though. It would have been way worse if it didn't include it at all. So she actually has decent range for her shoulder. Her elbow is a standard ball hinge, so it swivels at both ends and has the hinge. So she has decent range there. Same thing for the wrist. For the torso, she's got I don't know if it's a double or a single ball peg, but she has good range. You can lean her back, lean her forward, side to side, full rotation. That's pretty good. Hip articulation, double ball peg. Very, very limited. Maybe 35-degree range of motion, very limited. Out to the side, almost non-existent. That's it. You can rotate the legs a little bit. The knees have a fixed hinge. Really floppy joint though, not nice quality control at all. It rotates right there, but that's about it. At least she's not very knock-kneed like some of the other ones. Still a little bit. I don't know why they did that. Why are all of the Spartans from McFarlane knock-kneed? That's kind of irritating. And then for the ankles, we have the same type of joint as at the elbow, so it's a full-on ball hinge. If you rotate it around, you get a decent ankle rocker out of it, so that's good. But since you can't really move the hips at all, you don't really need any articulation below them. And then the toe, is on a ball hinge also. It's a little stiff, but that's good. It will support the figure, but like I said, good articulation below the hips after the hips are basically useless doesn't really help. So all in all, it's kind of a cool looking figure. If it was executed properly and well articulated, it would be an easy recommendation, but as it is, I'm only going to recommend this to people that are trying to finish off the series of figures. Otherwise, it's an easy pass. Also, I'm going to point out, these shoulder pads are not symmetrical, or these backpacks, it's not really what they are, but whatever. They're not symmetrical at all. This one sticks out way farther, so I don't think that was the case on Kelly, so I feel like this one just got mushed or something. It's just, overall, the QC's not good, and Todd did not go out with a bang. He went out with a whimper with the Halo line. You can see right here another smudge I just realized. Very poor showing from the McFarlane Toy Company. Not good at all. The torso, I just realized that this isn't glued on centered at all either. You can see it's barely sticking out over here, and over here we have a lot. It's just not good. Don't buy it unless you're trying to finish off the line. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.